are at the White Lotus season 3, episode 5. It's called Full Moon Party. This is going to be a spoiler filled episode, or review, I mean. But if you guys are not caught up on the White Lotus season 3, episode 5, please stop watching as we are going to dive in and break it down starting now. So it's still kind of the same night that from the last episode, and everything's still kind of got that momentum of the party and the cruise and the family's dinner and stuff like that, and Mook's dance. Very exciting. This was the first episode I noticed a lot of intercutting, or where I, like, the first episode I noticed the intercutting more than usual. And it kind of was a little bit bothersome for me personally. I just wished we got to see Mook's dance in isolation. I wished we had gotten to see the family dinner with the daughter telling her parents that she's going to be living in Thailand now. I wish that was more isolated because we kept coming back to that conversation. And it was just intercutting with everything, with literally everything. But it was just a little bit much, I felt like. And a few of those scenes I just wish had been more isolated. I understand that a lot of White Lotus is this ensemble that we're kind of cutting in between. And most of the time I don't notice it too much. But again, it's not a perfect show. But I just felt like there were some things I wish could have been done better. I was looking forward to Mook's dance and was a bit disappointed by it. It just felt too interrupted. It didn't feel like that was the music she was actually dancing to. Maybe it was, but I don't know. It didn't hit as hard as I had hoped. But she still looked amazing. I'm sure in real life it was amazing and they got to see what that performance was like. Maybe there was different music. A lot happens in this episode. I remember saying at the beginning of this episode to my girlfriend, I was like, this is the one where they all fuck. But to my surprise, it didn't go down exactly how I predicted. But the party's still going on the cruise with Saxon and Lachlan. Chloe and Chelsea are starting to flirt with each other more and more, and are pushing each other towards each other, kind of. Walton Goggins' character is arriving in Bangkok. The three ladies are still partying with the three men. The energy guy, I forget his character's name. But they're all having fun, still kind of left over from the last episode. Belinda finds out that Greg is looking for her, and she gets a little paranoid, as she should. Guy Talk is still looking for his gun, who he thankfully figures out is the dad, who's still having dinner with his family. The three ladies are just having fun, dancing, drinking, making these three ladies jealous, who we find out later are actually the girlfriends of some of the guys that they're with, which was a little weird. I'm like, why did they agree to... I don't know. I mean, they seem like they really did not give a fuck about their beautiful wives, but okay. And why would you go to the same club that you took them there? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. It seems silly. Guy Talk does confront the dad, but to no avail. Claims he doesn't have, or he doesn't know what he's talking about, and just kind of bullies him and walks away. Walton Goggins meets up with an old friend who ends up being Sam Rockwell, who I love. That was exciting. Who later we see tells a very memorable speech of how he's an Asian girl inside and I've always wanted to be one. I can't even paraphrase what he said, but it was pretty insane. Even Walton Goggins was a little surprised, but he was there to kind of give him a bag, which he says hopefully you don't have to use it, which we can all assume is a gun, which it is. Lachlan and Saxon end up taking some drugs with Chelsea and Chloe. Saxon is pretty anti-drugs, but they were convincing enough to get him to take some. Belinda shows her friend the link to Greg, thankfully. I wish she had just pulled her phone out earlier, to the other guy and just showing him the same thing. Like, can you not just send him the link right now? That kind of bugged me. But anyways, thankfully she shows her friend and says she's scared and wants him to sleep over. The partying continues with everyone basically at the club, at a concert. They're at the pool now, and also Belinda and her guy end up kind of being the first to hook up. I totally expected the other characters, to be the first, but that was a funny surprise. I mean, later we do get to see, what's her name, Michelle Monaghan's character, hook up with the guy later, but the whole party they seem kind of bummed out with Leslie Bibb's character. Kate just wanted to go to bed, and the other girl was like kind of too drunk, but she kind of hooked up with them behind their back, which we'll see how that plays out, because I know she was trying to set up the other girl with him. Back on the cruise ship, Chelsea and Chloe end up kissing, and they convince Lachlan and Saxon to kiss, which was pretty great, and their faces and reaction was amazing. Lachlan being obviously the one way more down and into it than his brother Saxon. We'll see how the rest of that plays out. I'm still kind of surprised that like this whole cruise ship has been over the course of like 3 episodes now. But it does end with the dad writing a suicide note with the gun. But his wife walks in, and they have a little, somewhat sweet conversation. It kind of makes him pause and think, and he goes back and says his little prayer he was talking about earlier in this episode. But yeah, it's getting better. I still don't think it's perfect, but I think we have, yeah, oh my gosh, we only have 3 episodes left, 8 in total. So, very exciting. Curious to see how it all plays out. Thank you guys for watching. I would love to hear what you guys thought of The White Lotus, Season 3, Episode 5. Very fun, very crazy. Shit's about to go down. That's all I can say. Still plenty that was teased. That, I'm like, what the hell's going on with this now? But hopefully they can wrap it all up in, 3 episodes. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.